Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You've heard that, right? It is a quote by Oscar Wilde, and it is widely used, but many people don't know that that is not the entirety of the quote, which states, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. Who are you calling mediocre? Now, the phrase implies that instead of striving for greatness ourselves, that we settle for replicating the works and actions of others. In a nutshell, the phrase does serve as a reminder that true greatness comes from your originality, your innovation, and your ability to transcend mediocrity rather than simply do what has already been done. So this show will serve as a reminder for you to be authentically you. And I hear you saying, duh, who else I'ma be? To which I'll say, you tell me. So today's show is about who's infecting you, the influence of those around us. Let's get into it. Welcome to the block. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, your host and favorite author, Ellis. Just a little background for those of you visiting for the first time. The block is a community of people who are looking to reveal and work through their blind spots. And a blind spot here on the block is considered things that you don't know that you don't know. And here on the block, we dive into a multitude of topics and subjects to help you with those revelations. The mission is for us to live our highest quality of life. To my residents, welcome back. And to those that are new to this channel, a warm welcome to you. And I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button and taking up residency on the hottest piece of real estate on YouTube, The Block. We believe you'll like it here. With that out the way, let's go ahead and dive into and explore the profound impact that other people have on our lives. That's our friends, our families, our colleagues, and even strangers, shaping who we are, what we think, and the choices that we make. Human beings are social creatures, and our brains are wired to seek connection and approval from others. And this makes us highly susceptible to influence. Whether it's adopting a friend's habits, language and slang, spending patterns, dating habits, or internalizing our parents' values, or just mirroring the behavior of those people that we admire. Guilty? So let's think about the people we spend the most time with. Their attitudes, their demeanor, their behavior. They don't just stay with them when they're around you. They ripple out and affect you and vice versa. This can be for better or worse. Positive influences that lift us up and negative ones that bring us down. Therefore, it is extremely important for us to be vigilant gatekeepers over who and what we allow into our sight, our thoughts, our space, our routines, our life. Have you ever been around someone who doesn't use profanity when you are so used to using it, and you become increasingly aware of how awkward it is, and you scale back on that profanity? Now, no judgment on you or me, because I use profanity. We just came from social settings where it was more acceptable, and it's not really highlighted until you get around someone where it's not practiced. How about diet? Most of us are always striving to change our body composition through diet, exercise, a magic pill, or a shot. But if you hung out with fitness models or professional athletes, it would no longer be a passive desire to be fit. You would either remove yourself from that group, or becoming healthy and fit will become a personal challenge for you, because now you're in a new setting and these conversations and the habits are different than maybe what they were in other groups. Now flip it. How about you look around your setting, your sphere of influence? If you are the most fit person, but yet you're still obese or out of shape, you may actually give yourself a pass for being healthy because you're smaller than all the people that are in your group. Have you ever heard a song and you hated it immediately? Yet after some time, when the world told you it was cool by constantly playing it, seeing it on reels or stories or streaming services, all of a sudden it became your jam. There's this fascinating concept called social contagion, which is the idea that emotions, behaviors, and even physical health can spread through social networks like a virus. Research shows that if your friend becomes happy, your chances of being happy increases by 25%. And the same goes for negative emotions. Our social networks are like ecosystems, where change in one person can lead to change in another, oftentimes, as stated earlier, without us noticing it. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, your overall character. Therefore, the people you closely associate with significantly influence your thoughts, behavior, spending patterns, food choices, vacation spots, dating preferences, your overall character, essentially shaping who you become. Now, I like my friends, but I don't want to make Rachel food choices. I don't want Christopher determining if I'm fit or fat. And I don't want Marsha influencing who I sleep with or who I marry. So we go back to being vigilant about who and what we allow in our space, because if it's infecting us, then we're going to become that thing. So take a moment, take some inventory about the people that are in your circle. And not typically, but a lot of people talk about their friends and family members behind their back, mostly highlighting the negatives about them. So you don't think you have some of their characteristics because they're in your circle, thus significantly influencing your thoughts, your behavior, your spending habits, your vacation spots, who you date, how you date, the religion how you worship. Ooh, I just can't give Blue and them that much influence over my life. So when you're done with this video, click on this video here. I spoke to our inner circle and who should have a seat at your table. The types of people. This speaks to character and the value that they bring, not just the comfort level by which a lot of us choose our associates, friends, and the people that we choose to spend a significant amount of time with. So watch this. I think it'll be helpful in tandem with this video. So becoming aware and monitoring the people, things, and images that we allow into our lives is essential for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Would you agree? Great. So here are some practical tips that you need to implement right now, after the video is over. The first thing is to know yourself. We always mention this on the blog, self-awareness, know thyself. Are you a person who is easily influenced? What some people call you a pushover? Or are you the opposite? Where people say, oh, that's just Faye. You know how she is. She always do stuff like that. Either way, if you are unsure, what I want you to do is grab yourself a piece of paper and pen and start journaling your day. Recapping your wins, your losses, some things you need to improve on, some things you did well. What you will start to see is a pattern develop. And that way, the things that serve you and don't serve you will be right there in black and white. Take inventory. So monitor the words that you use to describe these events, these people, these places as you're recapping your day. How do you feel about what happened and who did it and why they did it? Get in touch with yourself. Know thyself. Don't recap a reality show for me better than you can tell me about yourself. Step 2, monitor your thoughts. We're going to stick with this space right here. I know we have about 64,000 thoughts per day. But even with that, this exercise is not that daunting, okay? What I want you to do is to just, what is the thought that is constant, that persistent thing? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it confusing? Is it about the future? Is it about some past event that you keep reliving? Getting in touch with ourselves, understanding what's going on, why we do the things we do, and the choices, why we make the choices that we make. If you don't monitor the persistent thoughts, you miss the opportunity to address potential trauma that you could work through, so you can start getting better outcomes if the outcomes that you are delivering now is not the ones you want. Because if you don't pay attention to these persistent thoughts and energies that's with you every day, you're setting yourself up for a very mundane life. And we here on the block, we not about that life. And trust your instincts. That's number 3. Yes, men have instincts as well. So if something feels off, whether it's a relationship, an image, a conversation, a habit, listen to that inner voice. See, your instincts are providing valuable insight into what's healthy and what's not healthy for your mental and emotional state. And pay attention to your reaction to these stimulus. There is a particular artist who I love. I love just about everything that he does. And I started following him about a year ago on Instagram. And I just noticed that all of his posts are negative. The majority of his posts are negative. And I stopped following him about 3 months ago because there were posts that things that he would post that became like triggers to me. So if something makes you feel drained or weird, or it's a trigger, it's negative, then it might be time to consider to replace it. And I did. Delete, unfollow, unsubscribe, all the things. Protect your peace. And lastly, I leave this with you. Evaluate your relationships on an annual basis. Just like your job give you evaluations, baby, do it with your relationship. Some people have outstayed their welcome in your life. I just completed Rachel Rogers' We Should All Be Millionaires. Shout out to Rachel. This is a phenomenal book. If you haven't read it, it's a great read. You can pull it up, download it on Audible, or grab the hard copy. And in it, she speaks about one of her clients who actually do a friend evaluation every year. And it's not like she's giving them raises or not giving them raises. Hey, you either in or out. Because she got to protect her space and her energy and the things that she's seeking and the places that she's looking to go. If you're not pointing to that, you taking from it. Because no one is just stable in your life. They're either pointing to you or pulling from you, right? See, a lot of us are asking for things that can't come to fruition because we don't have any space, any room for it. We could take a note from Mother Nature. As the leaves fall, as the flowers wither, to prepare for the new leaves, the new flowers, we need to do the same. We got to make space. And we can't go buy a bigger house or a bigger car for our personal space. It's within us. We got to take some inventory and move some things around. We got to purge in order to be blessed with the things that we seek, that we work for, that we pray for. Yes, statistically speaking, your success and failure will depend on the people that you hang around, those people in your group chat, your top 5. So go ahead and do the annual friend and family review. Take inventory and keep, adjust, and rebuild where needed. You agree? The purpose of all of this is really just to make you aware that you may actually be getting in life what other people are pouring into it. So now that you know better, you can start getting the results you really desire by deliberately and intentionally adding or subtracting the people, things, images that you want in your life. Authentically you. So don't let other people infect you. Pay attention, do the work, and let your life affect others. Please share this message with those you know need to hear it. And thank you so much for being a resident here on the block. Until next time, I'm your girl, your host, and favorite author, FM Ellis. Best of life to you all. Peace.